Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. With this, we're bringing you guys some evil hero combos and deck profile post Supreme Darkness. This is a compilation, so we're gonna get started here with the first combo. So here we're gonna normal summon our Stratos, activate its effect in order to add ourselves our Sinister Necrom. Then we use Adusted Ghost effect in order to get Evil Assault, as this card does mention Dark Fusion. And so then we can discard the Necrom and get ourselves the new evil hero Doom Prison. We use Necrom's effect here in order to special summon out Evil Hero Infernal Rider. Then we can activate Infernal Rider's effect in order to search out our Dark Fusion. And activate the effect of Doom Prison in order to Foolish Burial our Malicious. Activate the effect of Malicious here in order to get another Malicious. And we do have Malicious, Destiny Hero Malicious at 3 copies, so amazing consistency, and you're going to see you're also able to recycle them. And so then we're going to link away and go into our Cross Guy. Activate its effect, get ourselves the Malicious, then use the effect here in order to tribute it and get ourselves the Faris. Activate Dark Fusion and go into Evil Hero Infernal Wing Infernal Backlash. Activate Backlash's effect in order to get ourselves the Doom Prison. Then we can use Faris' effect to discard it. Get our Faris out and get out our Increase. Then we can go into Extra Hero Infernal Devicer. Activate Infernal Devicer's effect. We basically just look at the hero monster that we need, and then we get 2 materials for it. So we're going to get ourselves the Increase, activate the effect of Increase, get ourselves the Vyon. Activate Vyon's effect here in order to get our Denier, and Denier is actually able to bring itself from the grave. And then this is how you're able to recycle the Malicious Bane. You could just put it back into the deck using Denier so you can use it later on. Get ourselves a Polymerization, then use Malicious Bane's effect in order to get another Malicious Bane. Link away, go into the Extra Hero Wonder Driver. Then Fusion Summon and put our DPE in our right under the Wonder Driver so we can activate Wonder Driver's effect and get ourselves the Polymerization. Then activate Polymerization's effect, get ourselves Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. Activate its effect here in order to search out the favorite contact. And now we can attribute itself in order to get our Elemental Hero Sunrise, which is then able to search ourselves our Miracle Fusion. Activate Miracle Fusion, use the materials in the grave in order to get ourselves our Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Activate the effect of DPE in order to destroy our Wake Up Your Elemental Hero in order to activate its effect here. And activate DPE's effect. Get ourselves our Elemental Hero Shadow Mist so that we can search out our Mask Change. Then we can go into our Extra Hero Dread Decimator. And using the effect of our Evil Hero Infernal Rider here, you're able to banish this card and 4 other monsters from your grave in order to set a Super Poly. The thing about this is that you are locked into hero monsters until the end of your opponent's turn. So just keep that in mind that you're not going to be able to go into generic Super Poly targets. But we do have a new Evil Hero monster that can be a great target. And then yeah, this will be our end board here. So we can activate the effect of Mass Change here in order to go into the Dark Law. Get ourselves the Elemental Hero Neos. Go into DP. Or bring back our DP. Then we can use Favorite Contact here that lets you special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions a hero monster as material, ignoring its summoning conditions by placing the fusion materials mentioned on it on the bottom of your deck in any order from your hand, field, grave, and or banished monsters. So that's exactly what we're going to do in order to get ourselves the Evil Heroes Neo's Lord, which is the new Evil Hero monster. And the nice thing about this is that when it's special summoned, you're actually able to take one of your opponent's monsters, so that's very annoying for your opponent to have to deal with. But besides that, we did have the Dark Law here that's of course very annoying for your opponent, as every card that enters their grave is going to be banished, and you can take a card from your opponent's hand by banishing it. DP is able to pop a card on the board. Then we have our Extra Hero Dread Decimator here. This card also any hero monster it points to gains 100 attack for each hero monster with different name in your graveyard. And if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. So that could be a nice little attack boost. And then Super Poly with extra cards in your hand. Usually you're not going to be able to completely use this during your opponent's turn, but then the turn after you can just use it to take whatever you need. So let's go to the second combo that I have for you guys. Alright guys, so the second combo that I have for you is a 1-card combo using a Hero Lives. So we're going to activate it, pay half our life points, and get ourselves our Stratos. Then activate the effect of Stratos here in order to search out our hero monster. So we're going to get our Vyon. Activate Vyon's effect in order to pitch ourselves the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. And then we can activate Shadow Mist's effect here in order to search out our Malicious. Then we can get ourselves a Polymerization, Fusion Summon here, and go into our Sunrise. Sunrise's effect will let us get the Miracle Fusion. Go into our extra hero Cross Crusader. Activate Cross Crusader's effect here, get ourselves the Malicious. Activate its effect, tribute it, and get ourselves our Evil Hero Adusted Gold. So this is nice because you can use Evil Hero Adusted Gold to either search a Dark Fusion or a card that mentions it. Then we can special summon our Malicious, go into the extra hero Infernal Divisor here. Activate its effect, just search one of our cards that shows Elemental Hero Neos in order to get it. Then use Adusted Gold's effect in order to get ourselves the Evil Assault. Activate Evil Assault's effect in order to discard the Neos and get ourselves the Doom Prison. Use Doom Prison's effect in order to pitch ourselves the Evil Hero Sinister Necrom. Then we can get ourselves Evil Hero Infernal Rider. Activate its effect here in order to search out the Dark Fusion. Then we can get ourselves the extra hero Wonder Driver. Special summon our Flame Wingman Infernal Rage right under it so that we're actually able to get ourselves a fusion card and put it back here. So we're going to get our Polymerization. Activate Dark Fusion and go into the Evil Hero Infernal Wing Infernal Backlash. Activate Infernal Backlash's effect in order to get ourselves the Dark Supremacy. Use Malicious effect, get it out. Activate Polymerization, get ourselves DPE. Get ourselves a Super Polymerization just like we did before. And here we end off with our favorite contact that lets us special summon a fusion monster during our opponent's turn. The DPE and our Dark Supremacy that lets us target face-up cards our opponent controls equal to the number of Dark Fusion and spells that mention it in your graveyard and negate their effects to the end of the turn. And the nice thing about this card is that you're also able to target up to 5 hero monsters in your graveyard and or banishment and shuffle them into a deck. And so that can be nice if you want to recycle your Malicious. And of course you have Super Polymerization. Whatever target you end up going into, just make sure to summon it under the extra hero Wonder Driver just to get a Polymerization, put it back on your board. But let's go to the third combo that I have for you guys. Alright guys, before I go to the third combo, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and consider becoming a patron. For just $5 a month, you can help influence the content I create and help support me on the channel. So let's get started here with a 2-card combo. So this is going to be using a Hero Lives and any card to discard. So we're going to activate a Hero Lives, get ourselves a Stratos, activate Stratos' effect, get ourselves our Faris, use Faris' effect here in order to discard the Vyon, doesn't matter what it is. Get ourselves the Increase, get it out, activate Increase's effect, get ourselves the Vyon, activate Vyon's effect, get ourselves the Malicious, search out our Polymerization, activate the effect of Infernal Divisor in order to search out our Neos. Activate Polymerization here and get ourselves Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. Activate its effect here, search out the favorite contact, tribute itself and go into the Sunrise. Then we can use our Sunrise's effect here in order to search out the Miracle Fusion. Malicious is able to get itself out. Go into the extra hero Cross Crusader. Activate its effect, bring out the Malicious, and then use the effect once again, tribute it. And get ourselves the Evil Hero Doom Prison, which will be a Foolish Burial. So we're going to be doing exactly that in order to get ourselves the Sinister Necrom. Activate Sinister Necrom's effect in order to get the Evil Hero Infernal Rider. Then use the effect of that in order to get ourselves a Dark Fusion. Link away, go into our extra hero Wonder Driver. Activate the effect of Dark Fusion. Go into the Evil Hero Infernal Wing Infernal Backlash. Get ourselves the Dark Supremacy. Use the effect here, get ourselves the Polymerization. Activate Polymerization and get ourselves DPE. Then we can use Miracle Fusion here in order to get ourselves to wake up your Elemental Hero. And then activate the effect here in order to get ourselves a Super Polymerization. So it's really nice that you're able to search it out. It just sucks that you're locked into hero monsters. But besides that, we're going to be activating this here. Get ourselves the Shadow Mist. Activate Shadow Mist's effect in order to search out our Mass Change. It's just to go into the Dark Law. And so here we end up with our Mass Change that's able to go into the Dark Law. We end up with whatever target we end up putting under a Wonder Driver. We can use this to get our Polymerization back. We have Super Polymerization to take our opponent's stuff, Dark Supremacy to negate cards on the board, and then the favorite contact here that's actually going to give us the ability to special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions a hero monster's material, using material that is in your hand, field, grave, and or banishment. Alright guys, so the fourth combo that I have for you is using Stratos and 2 cards to discard. So we're going to normal summon our Stratos here, activate its effect, Search ourselves out the Adusted Gold, activate Adusted Gold's effect in order to get ourselves the Evil Assault. Activate Evil Assault in order to discard the triple tactic talents. Then we can go into our Doom Prison here, which is a Foolish Burial, to get our Malicious. Then Malicious, of course, is able to summon itself out, or another copy of itself up. Then go into the Cross Crusader, bring out the Malicious. So by now you guys are kind of seeing what combos you're usually going to go into, and then just some deviation from there. Get ourselves the Faris, and then use Malicious once again. Then go into the Infernal Devicer in order to search out the Neos. Faris' effect, will discard it to get it out. Get ourselves the Increase, special summon it out onto the board. Get ourselves the Vyon as well. Then we can pitch our Sinister Necrom. Search out the Polymerization. Then Necrom here is able to get ourselves the Infernal Rider, which is then able to use the effect to get ourselves the Dark Fusion. Fusion summon using Polymerization and go into the Sunrise, get ourselves the Miracle Fusion. Then we can link away into the Extra Hero Wonder Driver, activate the effect of Dark Fusion, get ourselves the Infernal Wing Infernal Backlash, activate its effect in order to get the Polymerization, and get ourselves a Dark Contact. Activate the effect of Miracle Fusion in order to get ourselves the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. Activate its effect here in order to search out a favorite contact. Activate the effect of Dark Contact here. So from here, we're actually going to get a different hero monster in this Evil Hero Dark Knight. So this requires 1 Fiend monster plus 1 Warrior, and it must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. Monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to the total original attack of the fusion materials used for this card summon. So it's very annoying for your opponent because you just kind of sit on this, and it's going to be decreasing your opponent's attacks, the attack stats of their opponent's monsters. And it can make a second attack during each battle phase, and if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by an opponent's card, you can target 1 Fiend or Warrior monster in your grave and summon it in defense position. Then we can activate the effect of Malicious, get it out, use the Polymerization in order to get DPE, get ourselves a Super Polymerization, and then set ourselves the favorite contact. And now here we're just going to mimic it on the opposing side, and you can see its attack is at 0 because of the Evil Hero Dark Knight. Then we can use the effect of Favorite Contact in order to get ourselves the Elemental Hero Shining Neo's Wingman. So here's where you really want to have a diverse board in terms of attributes, just because if you have a diverse board, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to a number of different attributes among the monsters in the field. So you can see we have Light, Earth, Fire, Dark, and another Light, so it's just 4, but it's crazy, 4 pops. So obviously we're just going to pop the 1 card here, and we have DPE that's able to pop another card. Evil Hero Dark Knight that's able to reduce our opponent's attack, which is going to be annoying for your opponent to have to deal with. Super Polymerization, of course, being able to take your opponent's stuff is just annoying, and you have discard fodder as well. So let's go to the final combo that I have for you guys. Alright guys, so the final combo that I have for you is a 2-card combo using Elemental Hero Stratos and Malicious. So we're going to normal summon our Stratos here, activate its effect in order to get ourselves the Adusted Gold, then use Adusted Gold's effect in order to get the Evil Assault. Activate Evil Assault, discard the Malicious, get ourselves our Doom Prison, which of course is our Foolish Burial. We can pitch our Necrom here, then use Malicious effect in order to get another Malicious. Activate the effect of Cross Guy here, get ourselves the Malicious. You can see that's our usual target. Get ourselves Faris. And then special summon out the Infernal Rider. Activate Infernal Rider's effect, search out our Dark Fusion. Then go into the Infernal Devicer. Use the effect here in order to get ourselves our Neos. Faris will discard the Neos, get it out. Get the Increase out as well. Activate Increase's effect, get ourselves the Vyon. Activate Vyon's effect here, pitch ourselves the Denier that's able to bring itself back on from the grave. And then we have Dark Fusion. So we're going to Fusion Summon and go into the Infernal Wing, the Infernal Backlash. Activate Backlash's effect to get ourselves the Dark Supremacy. Search out our Polymerization and use Denier's effect to get it back out. Malicious, put it back into the deck so that we're able to get out another summon. Then we use special summon out the Wonder. Polymerization, and make sure to summon it right under the Wonder Driver here so that your fusion monster here, just so that we can get a Polymerization back. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Get ourselves our Miracle Fusion. Activate the Malicious, get it back onto the board. Then use Polymerization here, Fusion Summon into DPE. and use Miracle Fusion once again in order to get ourselves to wake up your elemental hero. Activate the effect of Destiny Hero Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. Pop both of them here so we can activate both of their effects. Activate the effect of Shadow Mist here, search ourselves the max change, and then get our Super Polymerization. Get ourselves DP and Miracle Fusion onto the board. And so here we have our Miracle Fusion, Mass Change that's going to give us the ability to go into Dark Law, Super Polymerization, and Dark Supremacy. So we're going to use Mass Change here, go into the Dark Law. Use Dark Law's effect because he searched out using Stratos, take a card from them. Activate the effect of Dark Supremacy, just showing you that you can negate. And of course you have the DP for a pop. And here I'm just showing that with Dark Supremacy you're able to recycle and put your Malicious back if you'd like. You get a lot of materials that are refilled back into your deck so you can use them later. We're going to get started with the deck profile. So here we have one copy of Neos. You just need the one copy here. We're usually just going to search it out using our Infernal Devicer, and the targets for that are usually Neos Lord or our Shining Neos Wingman. And then Plasma here, obviously if you're able to get it out, then that's nice, but you only need the one copy for that. Then we have the new Evil Hero Infernal Rider. This card is pretty insane as it does let you search out your Dark Fusion from your deck or grave to your hand. And you can also use it to set a Super Polymerization, so it's going to give you potential plays during your opponent's turn. And then we have 3 copies of Malicious as it's now at 3. And so you definitely want to run 3 copies of this card, especially now that we're able to pitch it using something like Evil Hero Doom Prison. And you can also recycle Malicious using the effect of our Evil Hero Doom Prison. And then we have 3 copies of Faris. This is just the usual hero play, you know, with the Faris, Increase, and Vyon, which if you guys aren't aware of it, it's going to be in the combos video on the top right corner. And here we have 1 copy of Evil Hero Sinister Necrom. You can banish this card from your graveyard and special summon 1 Evil Hero monster from your hand or deck. So that's great. You can even pitch this if you want with the Doom Prison, and then from there activate its effect. We have 3 copies of Evil Hero Adusted Gold, as you can search out your Dark Fusion or any card that mentions it. So we have a good amount of targets, so I think it justifies running the 3 copies. 3 copies of Stratos, as when this card is no more special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Obviously, you're going to be normally adding a hero monster from your deck to your hand. And you can see we're running 48 cards, which is a lot. It is definitely a lot. It's just very difficult to cut cards here. But the nice thing is that we do have a lot of ways to search things out. And yeah, we have the 1 copy of the new Evil Hero Doom Prison. If you control a fusion monster that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, then you can special summon this card out, and you can pitch a hero monster from your deck to your grave. Usually it's going to be Malicious Bane, and if you fusion summon a hero monster this turn, you can use this face-up card as a substitute for any fusion material specifically listed on it. And then we have 1 copy of Liquid Soldier. We're going to get some draws out of this, so that's great. 1 copy of the Shadow Mist for the mass change, 2 copies of the Vyon, like I said. Denier here is able to bring itself out, which makes it a pretty good target here for when we do use our Fusion Destiny, as this is a Destiny hero. And then we have 2 copies of Increase, again, like I covered here. For the hand traps here, I went for the generic ones of 3 Ash Blossoms. And then for this, I think Mulcharmy is great. We want to be able to draw a lot of cards, and so having Mulcharmy here means we could draw a lot of cards, and then from there, kind of sculpt our hand a bit. And then we have 3 copies of Evil Assault. This card is pretty great, as you can discard 1 card and take 1 level 4 or lower evil hero monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. And this is great because it adds more consistency to the deck. That's why I'm not too worried about it being a 48 card deck. And if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it and add 1 Dark Fusion from your grave to your hand. So again, some recyclability. And that's why we're okay with running the 1 copy of Dark Fusion. 3 copies of A Hero Lives, another thing that just adds consistency. You're going to see this in the combo video as well. A Hero Lives here, you can use this to bring out Stratos, and then from there pop off. 1 copy of Polymerization, you just need the 1 copy. 1 copy of Miracle Fusion as well. You're able to search this out and then continue your plays. 3 copies of Fusion Destiny, because DP is still a pretty integral part of these combos. 1 copy of the new Dark Contract, as you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion by shuffling its materials from your field, grave, and or banishment into the deck. So pretty good freedom here, and you can also search out Dark Fusion if you need to. And then we have 1 copy of Dark Fusion, which is basically Polymerization, but they can't be targeted that turn. Mass change here so that we can go into our Dark Law, as it's very annoying for your opponents to have to deal with it on top of everything else we're going to summon. 1 copy of Caught by the Graves, because this is still heroes, so you don't like to get hit by hand traps, so having the Caught by the Grave is great when you get it. Super Polymerization, we can search this out, and Fusion Summon. One copy of Dark Supremacy, so this is a new card as well. I think it's great because it does help with a lot of the problems of heroes, and that is that you don't have a lot of negates. And with Dark Supremacy, it's searchable, and then you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to a number of Dark Fusion and spells that mention it from your graveyard and negate their effects until the end of this turn. So you can negate a bunch of cards on the board if you summon a bunch of Dark Fusion monsters. And then we have one copy of Favorite Contact here. It's searchable, and you can special summon one Fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions a hero monster's material by placing. So it's basically a fusion card that uses cards from the hand, field, grave, and/or banished monsters, and you can use it during your opponent's turn. So that's great. All right, guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and consider becoming a patron. For just $5 a month, you can help influence the channel and help support the channel. But otherwise, we're going to get started here with one copy of Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. This requires one Elemental Hero Fusion monster plus one Warrior monster. So it's very easy to get out. It's going to gain 300 attack for each materials used to summon it. So it can get pretty beefy, and it can do a bunch of attacks here as well, up to the material. And if this card battled a monster, you can destroy that monster. And if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. So again, you're going to be able to do a bunch of burn damage. That's kind of like a great way of finishing your opponent off here if they just have a bunch of beaters. And if this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can special summon one warrior monster from your hand or deck. So you're going to see in a couple of the combos, I am going to do this where I'm just going to pop my Wake Up Your Elemental Hero just to activate its effect. Then we have one copy of the new evil hero Neil's Lord. This guy's great because you're actually able to take one face-up monster your opponent controls, and also it just requires one effect monster in the field along with Neil's or a card that mentions it. So that could be great because now you have a decent super poly target. And on top of that, you're going to be able to take your opponent's card. He also cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. So he's going to be pretty annoying for your opponent to have to deal with after you steal their toughest card on the board. So just a pretty cool new boss monster. And then we have one copy of Elemental Hero Shining Neil's Wingman. It gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. It can't be destroyed by card effects. If it's special summon, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to a number of different attributes among the monsters in the field. And from there, you can pop a bunch of cards. And if this card destroys the monster by battle, inflicts damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So again, another beater here. You're going to see in one of the combos, you're actually able to get a bunch of different attribute hero monsters out and be able to pop up to 4 cards on the board, along with the other heroes' effects. And then I have one copy of Evil Hero Malicious Bane. I think Malicious Bane is still cool, and this is still... I'm still trying to lean in on the evil hero portion of the deck, but Malicious Bane here, you can summon it with Dark Fusion. It's pretty difficult for your opponent to get off the board, and it can nuke the board as well. Just a really cool boss monster. DP, it's still pretty strong, being able to pop one of your opponent's cards, revive this card, and have that recursion and control over it. It's just reliable. One copy of Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. If this thing dies, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. It makes it tricky for your opponent to play around with this, especially now that we have more interactions in the form of Dark Supremacy and Evil Hero Neil's Lord, where we could take something. It's going to be just annoying if you can get this out, and your opponent's going to have to try to find a workaround. And we have one copy of Elemental Hero Flying Wingman, Infernal Rage. If this card is special summon, you can add one card with favorite in its name from deck or graveyard to your hand. That's normally we're going to use it for just to get our favorite contact. And then from there, you can tribute this card that was fusion summoned using a normal monster as material. And special summon one level 7 or lower Elemental Hero monster from your deck or extra deck that cannot be normal summon / set. So again, with this, you're just going to use this to search out your Sunrise. From there, you can use Sunrise to get your Miracle Fusion and continue your plays. We have one copy of Evil Hero Dark Knight. It must be special summoned with Dark Fusion, and monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to the total original attack of the fusion material used for this card summon. So from this, you're just gonna have a perpetual attack decrease on your opponent's board, which is a lot more annoying than you may think. It's just a weird workaround, especially if you're able to establish other monsters with this guy. And if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by an opponent's card, you can target one fiend or warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position. So being able to just continue your plays is always nice. One copy of Sunrise. I kind of explained how we usually go into this, but yet it searches out Miracle Fusion, and when an attack is declared involving another hero monster you control, you can target one card in the field and pop it. That's nice. Darklaw, still a very powerful hero monster, as any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished, which is very annoying. And once returned, if your opponent tries to search out a card, you're able to banish one random card from your opponent's hand. So it's very crippling because there's a lot of decks that specifically have cards that pitch cards to the graveyard. And so preventing that, very annoying. And if they want to have some recursion with that, they're going to have to deal with Darklaw. Just a very powerful card. If they try to search anything out, well, they lose a card in their hand. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a very limited card economy, so this is gonna be hurt a lot. So it's still, Darklaw is still very powerful. And then we have one copy of the new Infernal Backlash. This requires one Elemental Hero Avian or Burstinatrix plus one hero monster. So usually you're gonna be using Dual Prison here to qualify as either of those monsters, and it must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Dark Fusion or 1 card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand. As I established, there's a good amount of targets for that. And if your hero monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 2100 damage to your opponent. So it's not going to be crazy for that, but you can just use this to search out Dark Fusion or a card that needs it. And then from here, we have 1 copy of Extra Hero Wonder Driver. Usually just get this out so that you're able to special summon out a fusion monster onto this, and then being able to target 1 Polymerization spell card or fusion spell card or change quick play spell in your grave and set it down is nice, especially if it's a Polymerization. You're going to be able to reuse it. Then we have 1 copy of Infernal Driver. You can use this, reveal your Neos in order to search it out, and use it for whatever you need for that specific reason. And then we have 2 copies of Extra Hero Cross Crusader. This card is just always good to go into very early, as you can just bring out your Malicious Bane and then pitch it in order to add 1 hero monster with different name from your deck to your hand, and then from there just bring out Malicious Bane out once again. So it's just a pretty powerful combination here. But this is my deck profile for heroes using the new Evo Hero support. Let me know what you guys think, and make sure to watch for the combos and stay tuned for other combos and deck profiles for the other decks that got support in Supreme Darkness, and consider supporting the Patreon if you're able to. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.